Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the common mistake people make when buying a house in Ireland. Why don't you grab a cup of coffee and let's dive in. The mistake number one, changing jobs before applying for a mortgage. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Is changing employment right before or during the mortgage application approval process. Banks in Ireland want stability in your employment. Therefore, they typically expect you to stay at least 12 months within the same sector. If you leave your job, switch your sectors, or you are starting a new contract too close to your mortgage application or during your mortgage application process, this may delay your approval or may even potentially jeopardize the whole application process. Here is a tip. If you're planning to buy a house or to apply for a mortgage, stay in your current job until the mortgage is finalized and you have the keys of your house in your hand. After this, you can change your job, you can do whatever you want. Mistake number two, letting emotions drive your decisions. Buying a home can be very emotional, especially in Ireland's competitive bidding climate. Emotion-driven decisions can lead to several problems. For example, it can lead to overbidding a house. It can lead to settling for a house with hidden or potential problems, while ignoring the long-term resale value and other things. For example, you walk into a house and you see all the decorations, you see all the lighting and all the artworks, and you start to fall in love with the property because of the charming nature of the property. You suddenly start feeling this type of energy, and then you start thinking about the positioning of your Christmas trees, and then before you know, you start to get emotionally attached to that property, and when the bidding starts, overbid it by 20 or 30,000 euros, while not consider the most important factors such as poorly insulated, or the house is located in a flood risk area, or too close to a very busy road, or close to a bus stop. Imagine you have a bus stop right in front of the house, and you wake up in the morning, looking through your window, you're seeing 5 to 10 people waiting there for their bus. Or in the night, sometimes you just see some random people standing close to your house and waiting for bus. You probably don't want this to happen in front of your house. I mean, every time, especially when you have less or no control of the movement of people around the bus stop. So these are the factors that needs to be considered. Also, if the house is too close to a school, the school is always very busy in the morning during the drop-off time, and in the afternoon you have to wait for 10-15 minutes in the traffic before you turn into your house. These are these factors that needs to be considered when you're looking for a house before you start getting emotionally attached. Now, the tip for this is, if you find yourself talking to a house as if the house were your potential romantic partner, take a step back. Treat the house buying like a business decision. Set a maximum bidding amount and make sure you stick to that price. Now, mistake number three people make, not getting a structural survey. Many people skip the professional survey because they think they will save 300 to 500 euros, but missing the important issues like damp, foundation cracks, roofing problems, insulation failures, and these issues can, cost tens of thousands of euros later if not identified now. So the tip is always hire a qualified surveyor before signing a contract. Remember, this is not a luxury. It is protection against your investment. Think smart and be financial prudence. Mistake number 4 people make: ignoring additional home buying cost. In Ireland, unfortunately, the house price is just a part of the cost. There are a lot of other costs that needs to be considered when buying a house. For example, you need to consider the solicitor fee. In Ireland, you need a solicitor for the conveyancing of the property, and this can cost between 1,900 and 2,500 euros. You need to set apart the stamp duty fee. This is usually 1% of the purchase price of the property if you are buying any property below 1 million euros. You need to consider the valuation fees. This is usually around 200 euros or a little bit less. You need to consider the survey fees. This is usually between 300 and 550 euros. Moving cost, of course. And then most importantly, the potential renovation or furnishing cost. You also need to consider if you have to change the carpet or if there is no carpet in the house at all. And landscaping as applicable. All this you need to take into account when buying a house. The tip: expect up to 4 to 6% extra on top of the purchasing price. So remember that upgrading a house is a non-stop effort. This is something that you have to keep doing continually. Therefore, you can always take it easy and do them at your own convenience. Mistake number 5: not getting mortgage approval in principle first. Some people start house hunting before they know how much the bank can actually lend them. Without approval in principle, the auction won't take you serious, and then you may also waste time looking at houses outside of your budget. Soon you realize that you can't buy the house or the bank wouldn't give you that amount. So the tip is get approval in principle first, and this simplifies everything. Mistake number 6: forgetting about commutes and the local amenities. This is very important. The house might be very perfect, the price might be very good, might be very much aligned with your budget, until you realize that it will take you 2 hours to your work and 2 hours back from work. That is 4 hours of your day. Or you realize that there is no bus route and the nearest train station would take you 20 to 25 minute drive. Or you realize that there's no nearby shops, no schools around, local football clubs or swimming for your kids. These are very important. Or it may even be that the areas get heavy traffic during busy hours. All these factors need to be considered when you're buying a house. The tip: visit the area both in the daytime and evening time. During weekdays, weekends, test the commute times. Like, you can drive from there to your work and drive back. Try to do this in different times to understand the risk scenario. Or sometimes you can also leave your car and use the public transportation from the property to your work and back before you get committed emotionally to that property. Right. Mistake number 7 people make: not considering future needs. Many buyers focus on their current situation and not the future. You planning to start family? Or you already have family but you want to expand? Would you probably need a space for a home office? Possibly the type of job you're doing today, it's not, but what if the situation changes and you have the opportunity to work from home? Is there a space in that house for the home office, especially with the advent of work from home? Thinking about the resale value, and maybe you want to downsize or upgrade, or you want to relocate, you get a new job abroad, or whatever reason, you just want to sell the house. Will the house have been appreciated in value? So all these factors, you need to consider them. The tip is buy for the next 10 to 15 years, not just the next 2 years. Now, the final advice. Buying a house in Ireland is one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make. Therefore, slow down, do your due diligence, take emotion out of the transaction, and surround yourself with like-minded people and with highly professional people. For example, mortgage advisors, surveyors, and solicitors. You need to have these people around you. Also, you can also talk to family and friends who has bought a house in the past. I tell you, they have a lot of experience as well. They can share their experience with you. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video very helpful, hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel. This would really encourage me to make this type of videos. And let me know in the comment section what part of home buying process you are most nervous about. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.